This week, if you're visiting somebody, bring more bread. Hawaii, ball talk, laundry hacks, Shaquille O'Neal in Sacramento. And we're back with a guest, Sacramento State head basketball coach, Mike Bibby. Let's go.
New season, new partner, and of course it's homage.com. Sacramento Kings fans, go get your gear, hoodies, soft tees, shorts, and sweats. Homage has you covered. Make sure you click the link in our show notes to purchase Sac Kings gear to help support your favorite podcast, One Star Recruits.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast. Rip, I'm doing my very, very, very best to hang on to my aloha spirit. It's been 9 months since I left Hawaii, since I officially left Hawaii. I'm watching Timmy Chang coach at W, dominating game against Air Force. Big win for the University of Hawaii Rainbows. Rip, what do you know about this Japanese kicker for them, by the way?
I know nothing about them, but I know they're about to run into 4-0 UNLV this week.
Buzzsaw UNLV. Coach Vontez Burfict. He might be the guy who wasn't able to make a one-star interview a couple weeks ago, but we're still rooting for UNLV. Big matchup against Hawaii. Suddenly, this has become very exciting, must-see TV in Hawaii. But my aloha spirit with that, Rip, is just fleeting a little bit. It's been 9 months. It's fall now. I'm here in the Portland studios checking in at 186 pounds. Fall's coming. It's tougher. Every day I wake up, I slap on my feet on the ground, and I dig to find that aloha, that spirit inside of me. And I find it. I'm still bringing it. But I'm telling you, 9 months plus cold weather, plus the mainland, plus just this country in general. I'm digging for some aloha spirit, but hopefully you feel it. Do you catch it at least when I bring it?
Every time I listen back, I still hear the aloha, welcome to One Star Recruits podcast. So you haven't totally dropped it. I mean, it's still in you. It's still in your soul.
It should make you feel something though, bro, not just here. Do you feel it? Do you feel the aloha spirit? It's inside out, Rip. It's not just a word. That's what I'm saying. I do not want to lose it. With that said though, Hawaii update. I know I mentioned one and I lost track because I was rambling on something a couple weeks ago. The foundation is poured. Rip, the foundation is poured in our house. We got hopefully a move back date to Maui, to Lahaina, Maui, Q2, looking at May 2027. It could be a big target date. It's here. It's coming. So they built the foundation. Foundation is poured. Then they start putting up all the big construction guy here. Rip, what's it called? The foundation? What's the wood called?
Framing.
Framing is next. Framing goes up. And then we start picking our floors again and getting into some stuff, but it's coming. So my excitement's back. That aloha spirit is back for Kimmy's birthday. We got her favorite Hawaiian pie. You know, we're trying to keep the spirit going. And I was watching ball, bro. I was watching ball, and I'm telling you, Hawaii Rainbows, they're my third team. And I'm going to bring them. I got Arizona State Sun Devils. I have the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. Everybody knows that. I was going to put Sac State in there just because we got Mike Bibby today. I was just going to throw Sac State. I got some great Sacramento State fun facts coming your way. But Hawaii's right up there. So aloha reminder for everybody, just spread that aloha. Season's changing. Just think back to your time on the islands, 82 degrees, sitting by the beach, having a masubi, and let's bring that energy. I'm saying it out loud to the One Stars, Rip, to remind myself. I want to keep bringing the aloha, or else I'm going to have to peel it from the intro.
That's breaking news. I think I asked you within like the last 72 hours how you're like in Portland, and you said nothing about moving back to Hawaii. You gave me kind of a vague answer, like, oh, we got the National Guard here. You know, it's all right. The donuts are okay. But I didn't hear anything about moving back to Hawaii. Breaking news.
You did it. I don't even know how much National Guard stuff I gave you because I'm not even seeing that. I'm just oblivious to the whole thing. We'll see. You know how construction goes. They say 2027. We'll be lucky, I think, if 2028 we're back on the west side of Maui taping this podcast. But stay tuned; it's coming. Hawaii update. I knew I owed it to people out there. Shout out to my guy Keith Lee in Kauai, who I spoke to this morning in Princeville. Got me fired up again. I appreciate you, Keith. Thanks for supporting the podcast.
If you go back, I vow to come visit again.
Rip. That was one of my favorite trips, Rip. We'll put on our Rashad White shirts. We'll touch fingers. We'll do all that. We'll do it all again. We'll run it back. We'll ride bikes. We'll just keep it in the mind. Aloha spirit. It's moving forward, and everything is on track for some type of closure for this crazy situation that we're in. So aloha, baby. Aloha. Welcome to the damn podcast. Okay, dude. I'm coming off a rare ball watching weekend for me. Rip, it was the gift of Kimmy's girlfriends coming to town to meet and chill with DK Jr. This is what happens when a baby comes. People come. Some people come, and it's more on me. I have to do more entertaining, more involvement, more FaceTime, if you will, with folks who are here. This case, Kimmy's girlfriends here got to chill, really opened up my ball watching time on Saturday and Sunday. Really my first major Saturday ball watching day, college football, and a nice chunk of Sunday. So I'm pretty relaxed. I'm feeling really good. I got to say, ladies, before I talk ball, you really know how to come visit your friends. Us dudes, Rip, we're so dumb. We don't get it at all. I would have just showed up. I think I remember showing up to your first kid. Maybe it was right before his first birthday with just myself. Nothing. I didn't even bring anything. Just my voice. You got to come support the damn family. These ladies really get it. They come with burp rags, cookies, flowers for the damn house. And the top gift that was brought, Rip, to the house, the Cooper flag of gifts that this lady brought to us. You ready for this one? You want to take a guess? Take a guess.
It's got to be some sort of candy because that's all you care about these days.
I think I'm just a 43-year-old fat boy. I'm 43. I'm a man, Rip. I love man stuff. Homemade sourdough bread loaf. How about that? Okay. This is the type of stuff that I appreciate. Okay. You come to my house with a homemade sourdough bread loaf, maybe some fresh fruit and some flowers to visit baby DK. You're going to change the whole vibe of my house from a newborn bubble land of to like an organic country home in the fall, getting ready for the leaves to drop. 5 stars to you, Mary, Alyssa, and Bella, for knowing how to come visit your damn friends. 5 stars to you, Mary, for baking up a damn loaf, putting it inside of your carry-on luggage, flying from the beautiful city of Sacramento, tie it all together, Mike Bibby, Sacramento State, and flying here with some damn sourdough bread. I mean, that's the type of shit, right, Rip? Unless you can't eat gluten, doesn't get much better. By the way, Rip, Sacramento State, the school that has brought us Cam Scattaboo, Jerron Bland, DeAndre Carter. Okay, Rip, football school, maybe? I don't know. They're still digging out of a hole. They're trying to figure out a way right now to move up into FBS football, independent status by 2026. So they're moving in the right direction with some big hires. Okay, Rip? I'm wrapping up football to move into basketball. So, Brendan Marion, keep it going. The momentum is on your side. In the meantime, we got this department aggressively upgrading facilities. We got a $300 million, Rip, $300 million going into Hornet Stadium. So they're going to seat about 25K there. That's a nice place to watch ball. And then by fall 2027, hopefully by the time my Hawaii house is done, they're going to have a brand new 3,200 seat basketball arena called the Well. So they're going to replace the Nest with the Well. So things are happening. So it's time to support. You know, that's what we're doing here. Why would we support? Well, basketball's picking up speed. We got our guy today, Mike Bibby. Everybody in the 916, everybody in the 602, everybody in the 480 knows Mike Bibby. Hired as the head basketball coach. We're going to talk about it today. We got Shaquille O'Neal brought in as the general manager. Let me say that again. Shaquille O'Neal brought in as the general manager to Sacramento State to general manage this thing. What does that mean? We're not fully sure what this means. I mean, we have an idea. We see Woj going to places. I know Damian Lillard's the GM of his alma mater. Rip, shit. What is his alma mater? Brain fart.
Weber State.
Weber. So in my mind, it's a little bit of a business, and it's kind of like an ambassadorship program with Shaquille. But this is the biggest name that you can get. So we're going to have Shaq out there. He's going to be mentoring players. He's got a lot of, obviously, extensive NBA knowledge and college knowledge. So he'll be helping with recruiting, basically, though. So keep an eye out on recruiting, national attention coming their way. He's got his kid there, Rip, Shaquille O'Neal. So positive role model for everybody, including your son. Who doesn't want to go coach with your son? We talked with Mike Bibby too. Here's a situation where you get to go spend more time with your kids. Makes a lot of sense. Also makes for intriguing television. It's intriguing TV, if you ask me. So Sacramento State, Rip, there it is. This ain't a small place. People need to open up their eyes to Sac a little bit more. It's the 20th largest media market. Okay? We're not playing around up here in Sac. We're trying to get dubs. We're trying to get into the FBS. And sweet Lord, if we could keep lighting that beam and get the Sacramento Kings going some way, somehow, might be one of the better sports towns around. Enjoy this interview with Sacramento State head coach Mike Bibby.
Now joining the One Star Recruits podcast, we have an Arizona basketball legend, a 14-year NBA veteran, co-host of the Straight Game podcast, and the current head coach of the Sacramento State Hornets. Mike Bibby is on with the One Star Recruits. Thanks for hopping on, Coach.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hey, we're so glad to have you. But we've been trying to get you on here for a minute, to be honest. And
Really?
I'm gonna bring it back for you because I'm actually a fellow class of 1996 graduate, Mountain Point High School in Phoenix. You're
Okay.
obviously a Shadow Mountain. I had a boy who played pickup at Cactus Park every Tuesday. He used to drive all the way out there, and he would always tell me stories about you hooping over there. Cactus Park, for those who don't know, Cactus Park in Scottsdale had the best outdoor runs in the mid-1990s. What's your favorite memory of playing over there off of Cactus and Scottsdale Road at Cactus Park?
I mean, that was one of many parks that we were at. You know, a lot of kids now, they don't get the chance to play at parks. You know, there's a story I always tell about my son. You know, we play wherever we get a game in. And, you know, I bought him and his friends a little basketball hoop you can adjust and stuff like that. And we had a gym in our house. We had an indoor gym in my house that I built. So I told him, like, look, I got you an outdoor, you know, you could adjust it and do all that. So he's like, nice. Where are we going to put it? I was like, in the driveway. He's like, outside? I'm like, yeah, outside. You play outside. So I mean, just to change the time. But we used to play at the park all day. I mean, Cactus Park is one of the parks, Roadrunner Park. There's a whole bunch of parks that we'd play at. And, you know, when we get done with one park, we'd go to the next. So we kind of went to a lot of parks in one night, you know, like maybe 3 or 4 parks a night just to play basketball. So it's just fun playing those times. You know, you get to play against older men. You know, we were in high school playing against guys. You know, I mean, it might not have been better than this, but at least they are more physical. They guys kind of ready and prepare for the older man type game.
That's a real Arizona hoops culture too. You just mentioned, because my childhood was the same. I think it's a little different because of the way that Phoenix is set up, where you can get to these parks like that. And you hit us with some great ones, Coach. I think at JC Park, McQueen Park, Moon Valley Park.
Yeah.
So many good ones to mention. I think that might be Arizona. We're bringing Arizona hoops culture back to the mainframe. I don't think we talk about it enough. So we're here.
But you drive around now and you have to look at the park and no one's at them anymore. So
I know. I'm playing a lot of tennis recently now. I'm 43 now, so I'm playing more and more tennis. Nobody plays tennis anymore on these courts. It's open space.
Pickleball.
Yeah, indoor pickleball is how it's going. Speaking of in a pickle,
it's a lot of laziness, I'd say. You know, it's like a lazier tennis. You know, it's a lazier tennis.
It is. Let's go ahead and say it. I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'll get out there, but if you want to be a real athlete, go play tennis. It's like ballet. Get out there. Your whole body's got to work together.
Yes, sir.
I'm not hating, but get out. You got a good tennis team at Sacramento State. You get out and hit it all?
No, we do. I mean, we're trying to hit. I played before. I'm the best of my friends when we played, but we're just trying to hit all the sports. You know, we've been to soccer games, been to women's soccer games, men's soccer games, baseball games, the football games. So we're trying to hit all the sports, you know, show support for all the sports around here, just to show them that we're here to help everybody with what they need.
You got to, man. Let's stay in Sac State. We talked Arizona. You're an Arizona legend. You're very, very loved in the 916. Listeners, not only in Arizona was a championship won in high school, and as a coach at your alma mater, which is amazing. We've made this jump now back to the 916, Sacramento State. Why was this the right fit for you to take your coaching career in this particular direction?
I feel comfortable here. You know, being in Sacramento, I spent half of my career here. You know, I appreciate Dr. Luke Wood. the school president and Mark Orr, the athletic director, giving a chance and believing in me and thinking that I could change this program around. And, everything happens for a reason. And, I sat there, I was crying at my press conference. I had to hold it back. But it's just that, I always sat there and said, like, how's this guy getting this job? How is he doing it? He hasn't even, so I'm kind of complaining about why this and why that. And, I when I was up in my press conference, I sat there and, I said to okay, this is why God had me waiting. And, and I realized this was the place for me to be, and it's on God's timing. And I knew once I got this, the timing is right.
It really feels right all around. It also feels right that you're not playing at all about messing around with this non-conference schedule at all. We talking UCLA, Cal, Baylor slated on the schedule. That must have been important. Why was it, coach, to come in and go after these top guys early?
I mean, it was just to get these guys prepared for our conference. People look at our conference as maybe like a mid major, but I mean, there's still a lot of good teams in this conference that we're going to have to go up and battle against. And I just wanted to get these guys prepared, going against top schools to where, like, okay, we've been in a situation, we've been in this situation before of tough games. When we get in a tough game in our conference, we'll know how to react and play there, and it won't count. There's a lot of schools out there that I asked to play us, and they wouldn't play us. So I mean, we were trying to get more higher Division I schools to play us, and they wouldn't.
I bet. I also appreciate that Coach Mike Bibby's picking up the phone, making these phone calls now too. Some of these programs are gonna take note. It's just another reason to get your tickets if you're in Sacramento, if you're in Elk Grove. Driving from Truckee to check out Sac State. You got a couple players on that roster, man. Shakir O'Neal, Mikey Williams. He jumps out at me. I remember Mikey had 77 or 80 points as a high school freshman. What are Hornets fans going to expect from Mikey Williams this year?
A lot of excitement. I think we'll probably be the most athletic team in the conference. But you still have to play the game. Athleticism doesn't win games. They still got to be taught the right stuff. And you also remember we're also weeding out a lot of the bad habits before where these guys came from. A lot of coaches don't teach these kids a lot. And our thing is, we're teaching. We're going to go. We're looking out for the best for you. We want to teach you, make you play the right way. And if that next level is ready for you to go play, whether it's overseas, NBA, get you in that situation, have you be ready for it.
If you describe your coaching style in this team and maybe one or two words, what can we expect?
Confident and passion. I put a lot of passion to it. I care about these kids. It's not just a job for me. I want these kids. A lot of these kids came from different places, and I want them to feel like this is a home away from home for them, where I'm a father figure. They can come to me with anything they need to, and I'm just trying to help them. I might be hard on them, but if I wasn't, that would mean I didn't care about you. So me being hard on them is trying to help them and trying to get their mindset into a different mindset that they had before.
It's a wonderful place. Listeners, if you got a family member thinking about going to play college sports, check out Sac State. You want to look at a great way to get into programs like UNLV, Arizona State, Mike's alma mater down in Tucson, Arizona. Sac State, lots of big names go there, and it's a beautiful city. It's a great place to be. I want to take it back to Arizona real fast, Coach. We do this game with guests where we want to understand their hometowns. We're going to play How Arizona Are You? We'll use the entire state for you because you really represent. You ready? Mm-hmm. First one, your 1997 Filiberto's order, Pete's Fish and Chips, or Peter Piper Pizza. Rank those three restaurants, best to worst. Filiberto's, Pete's Fish and Chips, or Peter Piper Pizza.
I've only had one of those places. I'm a very picky eater, so Peter Piper Pizza is probably the best pizza I've ever had.
No,
it's still it's my favorite pizza today with the mix of the breadsticks and the pizza. I love it. There's one left on Braintree that we go to. We eat at almost every weekend. But I haven't ate at Filiberto's or Pete's Fish and Chips. So
take them off the list. It doesn't matter. You actually said something that Rip and I will both fully agree. This we'll probably get beat up, Rip. This is kind of a hot take. We love Peter Piper Pizza too. There's a cheddaroni pizza they used to make that I think was amazing as well. If you don't know, listeners, now you know. Coach Bibby said it. Peter Piper Pizza. Yes. Take your kids. Get a pizza.
Yes.
How many times have you been inside the Veterans Memorial Coliseum?
I went once to watch Arizona play. I mean, you understand, it was different when I was younger. We didn't really have much growing up. So, I really was kind of hanging with my friends a lot. So, once I got started recruiting by U of A, they ended up playing a game there. I forget who they played. Miles hit like a 3-quarter shot in that game that I was at. So, I mean, I never was really on that side of town unless I was really playing basketball in the parks or anything. So that's
No
probably
state fair. No state fair outings
yeah, I've
ever.
been to State Fair, but you said the Coliseum.
That's true. I tried to get you. That's how Arizona you are. That's how
Yeah.
Arizona you are, Mike.
I've definitely been to the State Fair. I mean, I took my kids to the State Fair. I've been there when I was younger. So, yes, I've been to the State Fair, but the Coliseum inside, probably only once.
Only all right. Shout out Kevin Johnson, former mayor of Sacramento, too. Had a lot of time inside the Purple Palace. So you are fully Arizona, 5 stars.
Well, we'll close it out here. We got 3 more. We end every interview with the segment we call 1 star to 5 star. And we talk about all the time. We're the 1 stars. We told you at the beginning. We're trying to get better, though, with advice and tips from every guest we have on this podcast, like yourself. So just want to close it out with a few questions. We'll use a 1 to 5 star scale here.
Okay.
All right. We're going back a little bit here, not 35 years, but a little closer up. To me, a 5-star jersey is that Bibby Vancouver Grizzlies one. I feel like I see 10 times more of those than I do see the Bibby Sat Kings jerseys.
Yeah, for sure.
And you only played in Vancouver for 3 years. So to me, it makes it iconic. I saw a 50-year-old guy walking down the street in Long Beach, California the other day in that thing, and it just hits me every time. The colors, everything. How many of those do you actually own, and why is that thing so damn clean, Coach?
I have one of them. I've given a lot of my jerseys away. I've kept one of each team I played for. So I have one. I have a white one. I have a teal one. But the crazy thing is, back when we were playing, we had 3 jerseys. We had a white one, we had a black one, and the teal one. And so everybody hated wearing the teal ones. We're like, dang, we got the ugliest uniforms in the league. Like, no one wants to be in these colors. Like, it makes it like, I mean, we're saying that the whole time. Like, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they brought the jersey back out, and everybody was wearing it. I was like, that's crazy, because that used to be one of the ugliest uniforms in the league, and now everybody loves it.
I'm telling you, I don't even leave the house much. In the last 60 days, I've seen Big Country, I've seen Sharif. Like, they're everywhere, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like it was yesterday.
And it's going to be different now because Memphis kind of brought those throwbacks back. So now they got some of the younger guys' uniforms in that too. So
I love it. Shout out to former 1-star recruits guest Steve Francis, also a clean Vancouver jersey.
He didn't play in Vancouver.
He didn't, but that jersey's out there. It's out there, though.
Francis?
Yeah.
We talked about it. He didn't play, but the jersey exists. We talked about it.
Really?
You won't see too many. There's probably like less than 100 out there. Collectors.
I didn't know that.
Let's go into your days back in SAC. To me, that 2002 Western Conference Final is something I'll never forget. I think basically the whole world outside of Los Angeles was rooting for you guys in that one. We're not going to talk about the refereeing, not to bring up anything bad, but I do want to talk about some of your teammates from that squad, though. C-Web, Divock, Peja, Doug Christie, all those guys. 1 to 5-star scale. How much do you keep in touch with those guys, and how much have you heard from them since taking the Sac State job over there?
I mean, I talked to a lot of them still. I just saw Peja the other day. Was in the practice. I went to Sacramento Kings practice. Saw Bobby and Doug in there. We had Webb on our podcast. I mean, there's a lot of guys I still talk to. Being out here, we're going to get some of those guys. They've been to practice. So I mean, it was probably one of the most tight knit team that I've ever been on in the NBA. So I mean, we still talk to them. Still go to golf tournaments that we have out here. Bobby has a foundation out here and stuff. So Bobby lives out here. Doug lives out here. We got Brad Miller is going to be a consultant with our team for Sacramento State. So he's been at practices watching and helping too. So, I mean, we're about to turn this thing around, man. I hope it don't come on too late. It's going to be too late for you to get involved. So we're here. We're going to make it happen, try and change this thing around.
Get in early at Sac State. Last but not least, you have bring your son to work day every day now. Like we talked about him earlier, but Michael, your son, Michael Bibby Jr., he's an associate head coach up there for you. So you work closely with him, which sounds awesome to me. Some of this was well documented about your issues and your relationship with your own father back in the day. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, how is that relationship today between you and your dad? Has there been any progress there?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on trying to have him being a consultant too. He's coached for, I think, 30, 40 years. He has a lot of knowledge that we could use. We had him in here for a few meetings already. So, I mean, it's patched up. And, I mean, working with my son is amazing. He's really taking this serious. And, I think he'll probably have his own job within 2 or 3 years. I would say so. I mean, he works hard. He's very tight. I call him a drill surgeon. He's told me I've gotten soft in my day because I try to give the kids the free throws to stop so they don't run or whatever. He's like, back in the day, Dad, you would have made us run them all no matter what. We didn't get no free throws. You're softening up. So I mean, he's taking over the role of being a little tougher. But he's a great coach. He has a lot of knowledge. He learned. He has it in his blood. So. His grandfather played. I played. His uncle Eddie played. So I mean, we're just. It's good to just have him be a part of this, to have him start early. I got told a lot that I didn't have any experience. That was always a knock, and they'll find excuses to not get you in. And getting him in at the early age, he's 27. They can't tell him that anymore. So I'm happy for him.
And they always say point guards are like the second coach on the court, so we can see kind of where it comes from. But we're excited to see you in a good place, man. Listeners, can go follow you at Mike_Bibby_10 on Instagram. They can hear you on the Straight Game podcast and find you this winter at the Well, right? The Well up on campus.
The Well's a new one. The Nest was an old one. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We got a lot, around 3,000, 3,200 seats in there. So I mean, it's going to be a good look.
It's perfect to see that. If you're a basketball head, you want to do the NorCal tour. You go to Santa Cruz, you do a G League game. You go to Chase, you do a Dubs game. Then you go up to Sac. You hit Sac State and the Kings. That's the Hoopers rotation in NorCal. If you got it, go get your tickets.
Don't miss out.
Let's go. Thanks, Coach.
We wish you the best of luck, Mike, this season and beyond. Thank you again for coming on with the One Star.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
Special thanks to Sac State Hornets coach Mike Bibby, Arizona legend, and DK. I know you got Valentine's Day 2026 circled on your calendar. The Hornets play in Flagstaff on Valentine's Day. What are the odds we'll see you up in the 928 for that game?
Romantic. Pretty good, actually. I want to get back to. I got to bring DK Jr. has to start hitting the streets. On the list is the state of Arizona with a trip up to Flagstaff. It's just that time of year. Get a little snow in, maybe do a little snowboarding action, and then I got to get this kid up to Wisconsin. That's next on the list. Arizona and Wisconsin. Stay tuned, listeners. I'll have an entire breakdown. New York should be on this list too, to go see my sister, get some New York time in. Biggest NFL story from week 4. Right there. Major upsets. We'll stay in New York. It was probably the most beautiful day that I could tell from my television. I was not there, but it was about 82 degrees in northern New Jersey, Rip. It looked just chef's kiss, prime for a Giants football game before it gets just cold and nasty. Your guy, Jackson Dart, first career win, first career start, 21-18 over the previously unbeaten Chargers. Let me just preface this by saying the NFL this year, if your offensive line sucks, or if your offensive line is injured, you're going to suck. You're just not going to be good. This year of all years, more than ever that I can remember, I'm seeing offensive linemen get blown up and beat off the line more than ever from their second and third units. It seems like first units are strong. Second and third units have never been worse. And the same goes for the secondaries on defense. See the Baltimore Ravens this last week when they were taking on the Chiefs. It was a completely different team with this third and fourth strings guy, but the Giants got it done. Congratulations to Jackson Dart. I don't like him. I didn't like him when he was at USC. I didn't like him when he was at Ole Miss. I just don't like him. I think if he walked into a restaurant and I was at that restaurant and he walked in and I saw him, I would think, oh, this guy's a douchebag. But a lot of people love it. Rip, they're feeling the vibe. They're feeling the swag. They want this type of football player in New York. You on team Jackson Dart, Rip? You rooting for this guy?
Michael Jackson, Bo Jackson, Jackson Dart. They've all these Jacksons are pretty much my favorite in any aspect of life. So absolutely, I picked the guy up off waivers as soon as I heard he was starting. He's on my bench as my third quarterback in fantasy. DK, I have 3 quarterbacks, by the way. But yeah, I'm all in on Jackson Dart. The guy, he's probably going to get concussed very soon, but until that happens, he's a fan favorite out in New York.
You can't run around in the NFL like you could in college. Ask Caleb Williams, who got an exciting win over the Raiders. Tough Tough way to lose a game for the Raiders at home, 25-14 after blocking a field goal in the final minute. But there you go, Caleb, getting a W. That's the thing about the NFL. Sometimes it's going to get super ugly. You got to find a way. Just find a damn way. Or you're going to end up in a tie like the Packers and the Cowboys. Please no more of that. Rip, this was our first example to see overtime with the new overtime rules. 10 minutes. Both teams are able to get the ball. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? We still got a tie.
If you have fantasy players on either of those teams, you loved it because that thing ended 40-40. You wanted a second overtime if it was possible. Yeah, those things are exciting. It doesn't even get old. For 5 full quarters of football, it doesn't even get old. So I'm all for it.
Unless I think you're on the East Coast and it's 2:33 in the morning, you're fighting to stay awake. Keep it going. Maybe I heard Bill Simmons mention maybe 12 minutes makes more sense. Just keep it. That's about the right time for 6 minutes each for 2 full offensive flows if that happens. But it's more fair, and I like more fair. I'll take that a little if I can get it. The Broncos just a rout of the Bengals was not a good game at all. Good game for me, DK. I needed Bengals kicker McPherson not to show up. He did not show up. Took a fantasy win by 0.20, whatever it was, less than a point win, because that gentleman decided not to show up, and Tyreek Hill got hurt. He was probably pretty happy about dislocating his knee and tearing his ACL, that he doesn't have to play in that system anymore. What was your reaction from his celebration, if you will, when he was leaving on the cart, Rip? Was that a happy Tyreek? Was that a frustrated Tyreek? What kind of Tyreek was that?
I thought the same thing. All those smiles and claps and thumbs up. And even in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, there's footage of him just like the happiest guy ever, and just crazy because he, obviously probably played the last down in a Dolphins uniform. But actually, the second thing I thought about after that was I think the guy had 5 children last year. He had 5 kids last year alone. I was just thinking, man, when the money dries up from football, like how's he going to pay to support all those kids?
Maybe get a rap career like the Joker, like Tony, switch it up a little bit, or like Darren Waller, take it to the music scene and then back to football. Grab yourself 2 touchdowns, 2 tutties, if you will. Rip, let me mention 2 players. You tell me if they're back or if they're not back, okay? Patrick Mahomes has 250 regular season touchdowns. He just whooped ass on a broken, injured Baltimore Ravens defense. But damn, he looked pretty good. Patrick Mahomes, is he back?
I don't think he ever left, and maybe he was down a little bit in fantasy football, but he's figuring out ways to spread the ball around. I don't think anyone ever has more than 4 catches on that team, but he's being more efficient with what he has.
You're going to sub in one of your 3 quarterbacks to get a new look at Bo Nix now that he threw for 330 and a couple pass TDs and a rushing TD. Is that a hot waiver pickup?
Bo Nix should be rostered in all 12-team leagues, all formats, DK. The guy should have been a 6th-round draft pick this year in fantasy drafts.
Couple people moved Ashton Gentry of the Raiders off of their starting lineups. He had a hard time holding on to the football and a hard time breaking the big one, which we expected from him. 138 rushing yards last week, rushing TD, and 2 receiving touchdowns. These are the numbers that we want here. That's only the 3rd rookie to reach these marks in a single game. These are the games we expected from this kid. Can we get more out of this, or was this a flash in the pan against just a terrible defense?
You're going to see more of it. I think when you have the opportunity that he has, all the volume that he gets in that Raiders offense, even if he's averaging 2 yards a carry, he's still going to get 18 carries. So I think there's no way. Eventually, he's going to break one and score a couple of touchdowns. So I'm all in on him.
Love watching him play. I really like watching him play. Robinson on the Falcons, Saquon, and Gentry. They have that extra bump. They got that Madden spin move. They have all these little kind of moves that are. I compare it to skateboarding when style comes into play. I've seen a kickflip. When I watch Gentry do a kickflip, it looks a little bit different than when I watch David Montgomery do a kickflip, if that makes sense. These guys have flow and style that's very fun to watch. So I'm rooting for them always. So more of the story is several teams have major shakeups at quarterback, running back, and offensive line. We got a lot of backups and rookies playing larger roles due to injuries. So stay tuned on the fantasy rosters for that. Be active. Log on to your account. Keep an eye on the Titans and the Browns QB situations. It's time for some movement there. Definitely in the Browns quarterback room. Rip, are you ready for Sanders? Are you ready for Gabriel? You ready for the Browns to make a change? That defense is pretty good.
Those fans are probably ready. It's tired of seeing 40-year-old Joe Flacco out there. They got to get someone in there.
I can't anymore. And I can't talk about the Cardinals anymore. They took another L, and that was Thursday, and that feels like 3 weeks ago. So hit the buzzer on that. Not even talking about it. 1-star moments of the week. Let's go. Everybody has them. We talk about them. What's your 1-star moment, Rip?
You mentioned earlier, DK, the former athlete that rhymes with perfect, Vontez Perfect. My 1-star moment of the week. It continues to happen. I got Vontez Perfect's cell phone number. Try to book him on the pod. At this point, DK, I know you've been on the other end of a few of these. I'm going to call it a one-sided text message chain. I think it's at 5 and counting right now. 5 texts from me sent to Vontez with 0 response. So that's my 1-star moment of the week. Just a one-sided text message chain with the former athlete that rhymes with perfect. I'm going to call him out on the show. DK, what's the most number of texts you've ever sent without getting a response? I'm pretty persistent, so I could go to double figures easily. But I want to know if that's normal. What's the most text you've ever sent without getting a response?
I can't go more than 4. Just last night, though, I hit up our Shooting 2 1-star recruits group chat pod, threw in 2 great memes, funny photos, 0 response. Went to sleep feeling empty, ashamed, and embarrassed. Come on, guys. Give me a ha-ha or a thumbs up. Don't leave me hanging like that. I know they're bad, but I'm not Rip. I'm not annoying you. I'm adding value to your life. That's the difference. You got to add value. You can't just do blah. I gave you a James Harden as Lamar Jackson meme. Okay, come on. Actually, that's terrible. I'm sorry that I'm sending stuff that late. I have newborn brain. I just a thumbs up and let's keep moving on in life. 1-star moment for me. It also applies to newborn brain here. I took a big appliance loss for my 1-star dummy ass moment. I'm curious if you've ever done this before. First time I've ever done this that I could remember. In anticipation for our guest to come this weekend, I was in charge of cleaning the downstairs area, which includes the laundry room and the bathrooms and all that stuff. So backtrack to 2 months ago, Rip, when we had new DK Jr. here. The second day he was here, my damn dryer broke, okay? And I had to take off the wheel well of my dryer and take the whole thing apart and put the little lasso back on the well of the dryer so it spins. I'm not using the right words, but it was a big project. Anyway, I never reconnected the dryer hose to the outside thing. I'm using all the wrong words as I tell the story. I'm thinking I don't even know what any of these are called. I'm so dumb. I never reconnected the dryer hose, the aluminum snake hose to the outside. It's kind of like a Lego, it like fits into the thing and then it goes, all the dryer stuff goes outside and it gets caught and that's how it works. So I throw in a big ass load of dirty towels and floor mats, like the worst thing, like floor mats with dirty ass shit. Went upstairs, came down an hour later, dryer dust and dryer shit all over the entire laundry room and bathroom, like an inch. Maybe half an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch of dryer speck all over. Took me another hour to vacuum. I had to mask up, Rip. I had to mask up and pick up all that shit. Look behind the dryer. The hose just pointing straight at me. Like when you put your boner in your boxers is what it felt like to me. Just blowing fucking dryer dust all over the place. So 1-star moment, not reconnecting my dryer hose.
Any simple thing. You have a landlord right now. You should just call the landlord and get the handyman out there at this point. You're incapable of doing any handyman task right now.
I was so close to having 5-star accomplishment on that. I could have done it. I just, when you pull it out away and then you got to put it back in, it's a small thing. But if you don't do that all the time, you don't remember. It's stupid. Recommendations. I'll do a quick 2-parter. While I'm talking laundry here, first part of my rec is, Rip, do you have a front loading washing machine or a top loader? Old or new?
We got the front loader.
You got the front loader. So this might not apply to you, but you still remember the top loading. So this could apply if you ever find yourself in this particular situation. Okay. For top loaders, people who use liquid soap and it has the plastic cap on it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. for years and years and years and years, I've had that plastic top get drip and get soapy and had liquid detergent stuck on it and around the bottle. And it was just not anymore. Dude, guess what I learned? I'm 43 years old. I learned a whole new play call in this era for the top loading. You take off the plastic cap, you fill it with your liquid to do your laundry. Then you turn on the washer. I never did this before. You turn on your washer while the clothes are already in it and the water starts coming off the top. Then you have your soap in your other hand. Then the washer fills with water and you fill the soap thing with water, and then you evenly distribute the soap on your clothes. And while you're doing that, it cleans out the plastic top so you have zero residue. So you have evenly coated your clothes, zero residue, and you get a clean. It's bam, Rip. It's brilliant. It's crazy that nobody taught me this. Am I enlightening you? Is this something you've practiced in your life before? Are you thinking this is crazy? He's never done this. What are you thinking?
I mean, not to brag, but I've been doing that for 25 years when I had a front loader. But that's why we're one stars. It takes us 45 years to learn stuff that people have known for their whole lives.
Their whole lives. I've been having, it's the stupid. It makes me so happy. I've done it twice now, and I've never been happier.
There's a one star out there that you're going to teach that to when they listen to this podcast today. And all it takes is one person, DK. You're going to change a life with that.
That's it. It's valuable information. Nothing worse than that being, great little wreck. But that is not my major wreck. Winston, what was my, yes. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. I'm about to wake up a sleeping giant of ice cream, Rep. Are you ready? Here comes a sleeping giant. I have discovered the next big trend in dessert houses, dessert offerings, and ice cream before it happens. As usual, I'm a futurist when it comes to this stuff, and I've seen the future. I've experienced it this last weekend. We've had Dairy Queen, Baskin Robbins, Cold Stone, Froyo, Handles. Now the popular shit is salt and straw ice cream. We've gone through all the cycles, okay? One stars, may I now introduce you to the future of desserts. This place is called Ome Cali. It's not this place in particular, but it is the concept that I'm introducing to the world. This is a Mexican-style ice cream dessert house that makes ice cream, frozen cremas, and paletas. Popsicles, if you don't speak Spanish. Paletas, okay? Oh, and fresh churros, okay? Let me just give you a couple more examples because you're like, what, DK? What, DK? Whatever, okay? So the menu, so I walked in and I first looked at the ice cream. Let me just give you a couple ice cream flavors just to get your palate going. All kinds of Mexican-style ice cream. Gelados, if you will. Mango Supreme. Tequila with sunflower seeds. Tequila flavor, Rip. Coffee and mocha. Guava. Chamoy, which is pickled plum sauce. Lime. Tamarind with chili, which is my favorite flavor. Tamarind and chili. These are ice creams, bro. These are freaking ice creams. They make these amazing fucking churros. Sorry if you're listening in your car with children. I'm trying not to cuss there, but these churros deserve a big F. Fresh churros. They have fillings if you want, but they are not your average state fair churro, Rep. These are elevated dessert house. Just has to be introduced to the damn world. And then my favorite thing is these popsicles. I've never tasted fresher flavors. Watermelon, mango. I mean, real fruits. This isn't this American shit. I've hung so many crappy desserts in the rafters, Rip, that your kids are still eating. Where you need to Google it right now at Long Beach, and you need to look up a Mexican ice cream. Okay, and you have them in Long Beach, Rip, and you need to take your kids there. Get a popsicle. I'm talking flavors like horchata, corn, okay, sweet corn. Yes, sweet corn, lavender lemon, chipotle chocolate, toasted Mexican hot chocolate with marshmallow. These are popsicles, bro. These are popsicles, okay? So you heard it here first on One Star Recruits. This particular place is called Ome Cali. It's in Beaverton, but I know these exist in every Hispanic, Latino neighborhood in the country. Stop going to Baskin Robbins. Stop going to get Froyo. Go get something made with real flavors that is the real deal. And if you go on the weekends, maybe you'll be lucky and they'll have fresh churros.
They have that what's that new flavor called? Chihuahua? They have that one? Chihuahua flavor?
Chihuahua cheese. There you go, Harrison and Tucson. Chihuahua cheese. They do not. But I tried the tequila flavor. Not bad. The best mixture that we had, my Kimmy got, she got 1 scoop of banana, which I've never had fresher banana ice cream in my life. Ever, ever, ever. It tasted like banana Laffy Taffy met with a Chiquita banana and they had a baby. Mix that with a scoop of horchata. But fresh banana and horchata scoop, the combo was just heavenly. So there you go, listeners. If you need a new dessert thing, want to do something different, go get the authentic. We'll laugh in a year, Rip, when everybody's like, remember when Dana was talking about getting churros and then everybody's getting churros and then he's talking about getting Mexican popsicles? Yeah, bro. Paletas, okay? Jalados and paletas.
I got a quick wreck of the week. It's been too long since we went down the Netflix well, DK. I watched an amazing documentary last night. It's called Songs from the Hole. And the hole is actually refers to solitary confinement in prison. It's a crazy story about a kid who committed a murder at age 15, was basically set to spend life in prison when he was put in solitary confinement for months at a time. He used that chance to write songs, and he wrote a couple albums full of songs, actually pretty amazing music. He actually ended up getting released from prison, I believe, a couple years ago. And it's a crazy story. It's a good documentary on Netflix called Songs from the Hole. Check it out. It'll make you have all kind of emotions. It's an hour and a half doc and give you all the feelings. So Songs from the Hole.
As a newly minted dad, looking for windows of free time, Rip, what do I have to look forward to? When are you doing your TV watching? What's your hot TV time zones?
It's always after the kids go to bed. So I'd say like 8:30 to 10:30 basically on weeknights. So yeah, I mean, some of those late, I love the late football games because I'll get an ASU game in, a 7:30 start. I'll get it in with no interruptions on a Saturday night.
Can't wait. Can't wait to get back to some TV watching. I'm gonna take the ball watching when I can right now. You get some fairly good updates on the 1-star recruits if I get a complete ball watching, but I got to find a couple TV zones so I can hit some of your recs. That sounds like a good one, bro. Good one. Thank you. Rip Reacts, hit the music. Your favorite, Kevin Durant, just dropped a major hit about his future with the Houston Rockets, saying he definitely, we've heard this before, definitely sees himself signing an extension. He said the same thing in Phoenix, man. How do you think KD's presence will change the Rockets' chances of bringing a championship to Houston, Rip? Now with the injury, now that he's there doing media, you see the team, you see the starting lineup. Is a championship coming to Houston?
Zero chance. I've seen this story play out too many times. The only time he's ever won anything was when he already went to a dynasty in Golden State and definitely added to it, obviously, but that was 10 years ago at this point. Not going to happen, DK. Second round playoff exit in Houston.
This extension question is crazy too at his age. I suppose if they come out hot early, it could be realistic where Houston does throw maybe another 2 years on for him. But we're just getting into nostalgia mode at this point with KD. But we'll see. I love to eat my words. I know Onik from Shooting 2 would love me to eat those words. And he comes up being the player that he was. Yikes. 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. See Golden State Warriors, Kevin Durant. Anyway, back to football, Rip. AJ Brown had some cryptic, not valued social media messages after a very quiet game against the Bucks. 0 pass completions, Rip, in the second half. Kind of crazy. Head coach Nick Sirianni said AJ is very important to this team and that Brown wants to stay. Rip, you think there's major tension behind the scenes with the wide receivers room, or is this just fierce competitions for targets? What do you think AJ Brown's next move will be?
I get it, even from my experience playing pickup football at Nevitt Park in Tempe or flag football. Just running routes without getting the ball is boring. It's tiresome. But at the same time, when you're AJ Brown, you're on one of the only undefeated teams, Super Bowl champion, 4-0 Eagles. If you're winning, man, you can't complain. You got to sit there and take it. The time will come for the need to pass to AJ Brown. He already had one of those games this year. It's not going to happen every game, but as long as your team's winning, you got to shut up, man.
Eventually, AJ, it's time to fall into the zone of Mike Evans and Keenan Allen, who unfortunately injuries get those guys. Big catches, big third downs, timely plays. That's the role. Sink into that and be cool with it, man. If you want to go grind again, I ask for a trade, but you're going to end up in like New England. I don't know if you want to end up with Stephon Diggs and going through all that when you're in a very good space in Philadelphia. You might end up in Chicago, just getting hospital balls thrown at your head with that quarterback situation. So be careful what you wish for, AJ. Just flow into just being a big play, third down guy. Eagles are too damn good, man. They're going to win the Super Bowl, especially if Jalen Hurts keeps this up. Best fantasy pick this year, Jalen Hurts. Listeners, we love you. We're back with our guests. If you got love for Mike Bibby, for the 1 stars, for Peter Piper Pizza, for homemade sourdough bread, throw it in the comments, please. It's the best thing to help this podcast. Give it a like. Give it 5 stars. Go to Spotify. Go to Apple. Give it a subscribe. Give it a like. Send it to one of your friends. All that stuff helps us so much. We'll be back next week. 1-star recruits.
See you next week.